Hey friends, welcome to the OBB Competition 3. As you can see, we have an amazing design for this competition, and this is the dragon designed by Francesco Massimo. And yeah, I'm so excited, a dragon. I think this is going to be up a lot of people's alleys, and I'm really excited to see everyone's interpretations, what creative choices they make with this design, and just overall all the folds that people submit. And yeah, origami dragons. And if you're familiar with some of my dragon designs, I really like dragons with large wings. And this dragon is no exception. It's really big wings, a really cool color change with the wings, as well as a unique pose. Right now, the dragon is in a sitting position, but I'm sure people are going to change it up, either do like an action pose, maybe a flying pose, or even just a different sitting pose, but with a lot of creative take. So yeah, this design, very fantastic. Go check out Francesco's other folds and other designs on his Instagram. And this time around, the dragon is the only division for the OBB competition. And signing up is very similar to before. So all you got to do is purchase the diagrams and fill up this sign up form with your information. Make sure to fill out all the required information and check that box at the bottom. Once you do so, you will be entered in. Now for the incentive. So the prize will be, of course, any ebook off of OrigamiShop.com, as well as some other unknown prize. I haven't decided what this is going to be yet because I am trying to find maybe a sponsored prize that'd be really cool for the winner. If not, it'll probably be something like extra, just $20 worth of cash or something else. So yeah, that's to be determined, but hopefully this is enough incentive to get you guys competitive. And I am really excited to present your judges to you. So first up, we have the designer, Francesco, and you've just seen his work. Pretty amazing stuff. Next, we have Max Christ, who you might know on Instagram as Frankenpaper or on Discord as Chocolate Pudding Man. And lastly, we have Matthew Dunstan, who has a fantastic dragon design of his own. And I've actually had the privilege of seeing one of his dragons in person, and I gotta tell you, it's quite amazing. So these three judges all kind of have their own unique styles, and I think it's going to make an awesome, comprehensive team of judges. Go click on their photos to follow them on Instagram. I highly recommend you to do so. As for the rules, they're similar to the previous competitions, but if you're new, quick run through is that you have until August 31st to fold and shape the origami to the best of your abilities. So this is quite a lot of time. You can start now and practice. You can train yourself, get better, make a plan to get new papers, to try out new papers, new techniques, whole bunch of variety before you actually make your submission. So I highly recommend you use that time wisely, use that time competitively. You can better yourself so that you don't think you have any other skill issue that would prevent you from winning. Next, we have the submissions process, which is happening on Instagram again. You're going to use the hashtag OBB.design, and your submission needs to have at least 3 photos of different angles with a maximum of 10. The judges are going to score your folds according to our rubric, and the highest score will win. I'm also keeping a leaderboard of those scores, so even if you don't win, your score is still tracked. And if you competed in the past 2 competitions, you're already at an advantage to win the OBB Season 1. I'll announce later how I'll be judging that. Glue and MC are allowed for shaping. And paper is okay to be painted, but not after folding. So what does this exactly mean? Well, the dragon has a natural color change, and I'd like to see what people do with natural color changes. So after you fold the model, don't paint it, leave it as is. If you want a specific texture or specific color on your paper, you can do all of that beforehand. You can make your own color changes beforehand, but again, not after folding. No cuts are allowed, and distributing or posting the diagrams will result in a permanent disqualification. And trust me, I will know who you are. Don't do it. Joining this competition means you accept these terms and conditions, and if you are under the age of 18, please get your parental consent before you join, or have some kind of guardian help you sign up. And let's talk about how you will be judged. So the following categories are scaled on a score of 1 through 10, and each category is weighed specifically to make this competitive. So for example, we have our first category, execution, which is worth 35% of your total score. However, this is broken up into further categories of legs, wings, body, and head, so that the judges can have a bit more flexibility in really judging your fold. So each part will be scored from 1 to 10. They'll be weighed into that 35% score, which will then be weighed to your complete score. Next category is shaping, which is worth 45% of your score, the largest category. And yeah, this is how well your model is finished, how well you present it, in terms of like emotional response, in terms of posing, all those sorts of things that turn just an origami fold more into an origami art piece. So yeah, because of this, shaping also has a creativity multiplier. And this will reward creativity, but not at the other cost of categories. However, you still need to maintain a high level of execution if you're planning to get creative. You know, just because you did something creative doesn't mean you're going to score super well if the execution is low or if the result is just too simple of a creative take. Definitely keep that in mind. You know, as a whole, the fold needs to be well done and finished. And lastly, the smallest category is presentation, which is 20%. And this is because it's an online competition. It is very important how you present your work, right? Making it is one thing, which is the main thing, but there's also detail to make your fold look good, and that's going to be judged as well. So photography, your display, background, paint, paper choice, textures, you know, think about everything you can to make your submission look as good as it possibly can. And that wraps up the information for OBB Competition 3. And I just wanted to highlight our previous winners. So the champion for Competition 1 was Kay Morisue. And for Competition 2, we have Nicholas Rivard for the representational category and Margaret Clausen for the tessellation division. And so these are our current 3 champions, and the champion for Competition 3 will also be added to this list. I want to highlight them because all 3 had amazing submissions, and I recommend you check them out to see, you know, maybe a creative take, a high level of execution, or just something that you might want to focus on when you're competing in this competition. Definitely give them a follow. They're very talented folders. And that's the OBB Competition 3. I hope you all are really excited about this competition and really consider joining. I think it'll be up a lot of people's alleys, and I am super thrilled to see your takes on this dragon. If you have any questions about the competition, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or drop a comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, participating in these competitions are directly supporting the judges and designer. So it's going back into origami, and I'd like to thank everyone who has already joined. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
All this origami, all this origami, all this origami got me going kamikaze now.